First of all, I'd actually like to say like Lord and Bravo. I think that's like two of the most badass names.
I've never thought about that.
You haven't thought about that? It sounds like the name of the most awesome cop show ever made.
Wow. We have been saying we want to do a cop buddy comedy. We should be detectives. Yeah. Lord Bravo should just be the name of the film.
Yo, Lord Bravo just showed up at the party.
On the scene.
That's pretty cool.
There's two bodies.
But actually, I would have loved to see more scenes between the two of you because you're so great. You have this wonderful zany energy. You're sort of the awesome comic relief in the film. I mean, that would have been awesome.
It would have been good. We did, we did extracurricular scenes. It sounds weird.
With an intimacy coordinator.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, always with an intimacy coordinator.
Professional.
I don't do anything without an intimacy coordinator these days. But yeah, I would have loved to have more scenes with him because we met in quarantine. Yeah. We both climbed over a balcony.
We did, yeah.
And threw some contraband over to each other.
We had I literally took a broom with a plastic bag with a bottle of alcohol in it and cigarettes and they went literally 50 floors or something. And
it was dangerous.
And production this is the last thing production wants to hear about before you start production.
Yeah. Well, now after tell all the tales.
This is for the press.
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
For the fans.
We were like this.
We did it for the fans.
After 2 weeks of quarantine,
sobbing
like this. And she was like, I got it.
But then I wonder if one of those pieces of contraband, because I've had especially one burning question since I finished this film, specifically finishing the bloopers, where you were wearing Adam West's 1960s Batman costume. I gotta hear the story behind that.
So Caitlin was out of Dope Sick, of shooting Dope Sick with Michael Keaton, who was the first Batman. And so since he was a Batman as well, he would come to set every day and be Caitlin, who's your favorite Batman? And I thought that joke was brilliant. So I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I got the whole Adam West Batman from the 70s and just wear it in a scene and this is what happened. I waited for the last scene because I didn't want him to retaliate. So that was the last thing we shot. Yeah.
But he could have retaliated and put on his Batman costume, obviously. That would have
I would have loved it.
Yeah.
My entire childhood would have
But it is basically the same film, Ticket to Paradise. Batman Robin is about villains coming together to break up a loving relationship. I mean, there it's Robin and Batman. Here it's our loving lovebirds, but pretty similar.
Would I admit Julia Robin? Julia Robin, is that her name?
Julia Robin.
It feels like a real name.
Yeah, it does.
Julia Robin.
Yeah.
But I'm quietly running out of time, but I gotta ask, because your dad, of course, he scored one of the goals in, we all know this, in 1982, he scored one of the goals for France against Italy, one of their first victories, I think in 60 years.
You're so documented.
Yeah.
That's legendary. You didn't tell me that.
We're talking to a real journalist.
I feel like
But I would just like to say, haven't you beaten that by now having a scene in the film where you have a passenger saying that you're an upgrade on George Clooney? I mean, you can take that to your dad and then say, I've beat your achievement.
That is such a sensitive question, actually.
Right. This could be
because
a family.
I grew up, not in my father's shadow, but I think I grew up with the sense that I will never top anything. My dad was always this entity who played for the French soccer team, Paris. I always saw my dad as people telling me, "Oh, your dad is great," and seeing people in the street wanting pictures with him. And in my head, I made peace with the fact that I would never be more than that, And it can't. You don't really think about it, but it kind of grows on you as you get older, and when you think about your accomplishments and everything, and that shift in my career definitely brought a lot of perspective and questioning about my childhood, and I unlocked we're getting deep, huh?
We're getting
awesome. Yeah.
But it's such a sensitive question. I would not expect that. So yeah, and my dad kind of is like a proud Jewish mother. He's showing pictures to friends, and I'm like, he was never like this. He's super low key and classy. And now he's just oh, you need to see that picture. Look at my son's suit, and he's with, and I'm like, wow, it's a second phase of my life.
Wow, awesome. Guys, thank you so much. I think we got through the whole emotional register.
Thank you.
Really did.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Skip therapy this week. Thank you.
Yeah. Looking forward to your cop show.
Oh, same.
Try to keep the snoring down.
I have a nasal strip.
It's a mystery you're still alone.